Value of fixed assets will be recorded in. Well done. Balance sheet assets is the right choice. Equipment, land and buildings included on. Sharp thinking. Tangible assets is the right choice. When the amount of goodwill pay privately? You chose no entry, and it is correct. Accounting records only dash transactions. Excellent. Both A and B is a brilliant choice. Debenture holders are dash of the company. Exactly. Creditors make sense and it is right choice. Amount invested by proprietor in business. Correct. Capital is the right answer. Shares application and allotment axi is a. Nice work. You chose personal and it is correct. The excess of assets over liabilities is. Nice selection. Capital is the correct and valid answer. Dash is created out of uncalled capital. Nicely done. Reserve capital is a solid answer. Land and building account is dash account. You got it. Your choice real is right. Sole proprietorship is most suitable for. Right choice. Small-scale concerns is the best answer. In petty cash book, the system followed. Well picked. Impressed system is the correct answer. How many parts does a bill of exchange? Bravo, 3 is the answer. Goodwill of the firm is not affected by. Right again. None is a valid answer. The example of financial record is dash. Well reasoned. Trading AC is the correct choice. Which of following is a current assets? Great job. Cash is the accurate answer. Which analysis is considered as dynamic? Perfect. Horizontal analysis is the correct choice. Could there be a partnership agreement? Strong choice. S written or oral is the right answer. Business is said to be in a profit when? Clear logic. Your choice income exceeds expenditure is sound and 100% true. Dash is created out of capital profits. You're right. Capital reserve is the correct answer. Cash paid to Nedim will affect. Solid response. Cash and creditor is a valid choice. Accounting communicates information too. Great thinking. Both A and B is the right choice. Which of the following is a liability? Smart move. Creditors for goods is an accurate answer. Sole proprietorship business owner has? Smart pick. Unlimited liability is the correct choice. The sum of liabilities and capital is. Good job. Your answer assets works well here. Cash purchase of goods is recorded in. Good thinking. Cash book is the right answer. Debit equals to credit which concepts? Correct response. Dual aspects is the most accurate answer. Who is the maker the bill of exchange? On track. The creditor is the correct answer. Patents, copyrights, and trademarks are. Valid point. Intangible assets is true. Wages and salaries will be recorded in. Excellent choice. Trading account debit side is the right answer.
The balance in petty cash book is dash. Correct. An asset is the right answer. A business transaction affects. Well done. At least 2 accounts is the right choice. Realization accounts is prepared when. Sharp thinking. Dissolution of partnership firm is the right choice, which is not a category of cash flow. Smart pick. Current assets is the correct choice. Patents and copyrights include groups. Solid response. Intangible assets is a valid choice. Gross loss is fine from which account? Excellent choice. Trading account is the right answer. Merchandise inventory includes dash. Nice work. You chose liquid assets, and it is correct. Accounting process starts with dash.
Right again. Identification of financial transaction is a valid answer.
Purchase goods for cash effects on. Nicely done. Goods and cash is a solid answer. Partnership Act passed in the year? Bravo. 1932 is the answer. Internal capital is obtained from. Right choice. Company profits is the best answer. Bill of exchange has dash parties. Great job. 3 is the accurate answer. A promissory note is made by dash. You're right. Purchaser is the correct answer. Where are bills of exchange used? Clear logic. Your choice international trade is sound and 100% true. Nature of revaluation account is? Strong choice. Nominal account is the right answer. Dash is the language of business. Exactly. Accounting makes sense and it is right choice. Is trail balance is in accounts. Smart move. No is an accurate answer. An accounting period starts from. Well picked. 1st April is the correct answer. Simple petty cash book is like a. Excellent. Statement is a brilliant choice. Personal accounts are related to. Good job. Your answer debtors and creditors works well here. Financial statement comprises of. You chose both, and it is correct. An example of social capital is. On track. Road is the correct answer. A dash is an intangible assets. Perfect. Goodwill is the correct choice. Accrued commission is avan dash. Correct response. Asset is the most accurate answer. Revised Indian Company Act dash. Well reasoned. 2013 is the correct choice. Not-for-profit organizations are. You got it. Your choice service providing is right. Sold goods on credit effects on. Nice selection. Goods and debtors is the correct and valid answer. Current liability includes dash. Great thinking. All of these is the right choice. Current assets do not include. Good thinking. Goodwill is the right answer. Accounting information must be. Valid point. All of the above is true. Capital reserve created out of. Sharp thinking. Capital profit is the right choice.
Received commission effects on. Clear logic. Your choice cash and capital is sound and 100% true.
Credit the increase in.
Excellent. Revenue, capital and liabilities is a brilliant choice.
Ratio analysis is helpful for.
Nice work. You chose all of the above and it is correct. The balance of petty cash is well reasoned. An asset is the correct choice.
Ready to use cash included on.
Great job. Liquid assets is the accurate answer.
Gross profit is calculated in.
You chose trading account, and it is correct.
How can a partner be admitted?
Correct response. Act 1932 is the most accurate answer.
Is reserved capital a part of?
Excellent choice. Uncalled capital is the right answer.
Example of personal accounts.
Well picked. Outstanding salary is the correct answer.
On whom the trade bill drawn?
You're right. Debtor is the correct answer.
Current liabilities include.
Good thinking. All of the above is the right answer. In Single Entry System 2015.
Valid point. Personal accounts are maintained is true.
How many types of accounts?
Great thinking.
2 is the right choice. Balance sheet is an account. Smart move. It's a statement is an accurate answer.
Who prepares a debit note?
Good job.
Your answer purchaser works well here.
15 real account deals with.
Well done. Assets is the right choice.
Interest on withdrawal is.
You got it? Your choice S, firm's income is right. Accounting equations means. Solid response. A equal toll plus C is a valid choice. Bills payable is shown as.
Nice selection. Trade payables is the correct and valid answer.
A voucher is prepared for.
Smart pick. All of these is the correct choice.
Realization account is a. Right again. Nominal account is a valid answer.
Assets equal to liability plus dash. Bravo. Capital is the answer. Partnership agreement may.
Exactly. All the above makes sense and it is right choice. Accounting is required in.
Right choice. All of the above is the best answer.
Real accounts consist of.
Perfect. Property is the correct choice. A joint stock company is. Correct. An artificial legal person is the right answer. Liability of partner is. On track. Unlimited is the correct answer. How many types of share? Nicely done. 2 is a solid answer. Making partnership deed. Strong choice. BR optional is the right answer. Closing stock overvalued. Good thinking. Deducted from current year is the right answer. Attributes of accounting.
Perfect, both and. B is the correct choice.
Who wrote Arthasastra? Right choice. Kautilya is the best answer. Cash book is a form of.
Exactly. Ledger makes sense and it is right choice. Paid cash for supplies. You're right. Supplies cash is the correct answer. Current assets example. Correct. Debtors is the right answer. Nature of goodwill is. Excellent choice. Intangible asset is the right answer. Debenture holders are. You chose lenders of the company, and it is correct. Purchasing a building. Nicely done. Investing is a solid answer. Shares may be issued. On track. Both is the correct answer. Pick the odd one out. Well done. Interest on partner's capital is the right choice. Sacrifice the system. Smart move. Old dash new is an accurate answer. Depreciation expense. Clear logic. Your choice operating is sound and 100% true. What is accountancy? Well-reasoned, art and science is the correct choice. Trade discount means. Good job. Your answer reduction in price works well here. Revaluation axis E. Correct response. Nominal at a C is the most accurate answer. 7 trial balance is a strong choice. Statement is the right answer. Abnormal losses are. Great thinking. Added to profit is the right choice. Accounting records. You got it. Your choice quantitative aspects only is right. Sacrificing ratio. Smart pick. Old ratio, new ratio is the correct choice. Full form of IFRS. Great job. International Financial Reporting Standards is the accurate answer. Trademark is. Solid response. Tangible assets is a valid choice. GAPE stands for. Excellent. Generally accepted accounting principles is a brilliant choice. Super profit is. Valid point. Average profit, normal profit is true. Gaining ratio. Sharp thinking. New dash old is the right choice. Mining rights. Nice work. You chose intangible fixed assets and it is correct. Goodwill is. Well picked. Intangible but not fictitious is the correct answer. Machinery is. Bravo. Fixed assets is the answer. 13. Nice selection. Ledger page number is the correct and valid answer. Gaps are. Right again. Generally accepted accounting principles is a valid answer. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Nicely done. Contact Narayan Chander is a solid answer.